Alright, here we are with Destiny's team. Probably the least complicated name of all of the random trainers. No, it's not the least. We have literally the letter X. We have Machina, which I still feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's what I've been pronouncing it. Fidel, which I feel like I'm pronouncing wrong, but that's how I've been pronouncing it. Theodora. It's 8 characters long. Kind of a... too many syllables. Alan. I mean, that's kind of a normal name that I, for some reason, pronounced wrong. Jocelyn. 7 characters. Dimitri. There's, like, no vowel between D and M, so it's kind of awkward. I don't know. That's all I can come up with. Levina, when I thought it was Levina. Rylan. So these summaries, I have high hopes. We have a timid Mr. Mime with filter, barrier, confusion, grass knot, copycat. Hasty Swoobab with unaware, confusion, attract, air / heart stamp. Sassy Gothita with frisk, feint attack, psybeam, flatter, fake tears. Calm Litwick with flash fire, nightshade, hex, will-o-wisp, confuse ray. Modest Gothita with frisk, confusion, grass knot, thunderwave, magic room. And a sassy Litwick with flash fire, astonish, flame burst, curse, pain split. Alright, let's see how we do. Bro, what are the odds that I fight Destiny? It's not what it looks like. I'm not copying your team. You are. You're copying yourself. Stop copying yourself. It's like little kids. Stop hitting yourself. Why are you hitting yourself when they literally grab their hand and force them to, like, swing it across their face? Why are you hitting it yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Anyway, Pokemon. I don't have any Pokemon topics. Oh, she has a Mr. Mime. So, what's your Mr. Mime's gender? God damn, everyone's female. Let's see. I don't know which Litwick or Gothita that is. Honestly, it just feels like a bad spot to have Mr. Mime in. Try to get rid of Mr. Mime. Gothita is also bad. But I might try to set up. Because I don't think it sees a kill. It might just set up with like fake tears or flatter. That's fine. You know what I've never understood? Flatter. Like, they tried to make, a counterpart to Swagger. Which is... It sounds fine on paper. But the entire idea behind Swagger was that your attack stat is buffed, so you'll take more damage if you hit yourself. It's like, it's good on paper, it just doesn't work in the grand scheme of things. Because what are you doing? You're making the opponent stronger once they do snap out, and they're not taking more... It takes out the double-edged sword, and it's just double edge. Are you trying to help me? You want to lose? What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? I miss will-o-wisp. I mean, hey, if you want to lose, by all means, keep doing it. You could not pay me more to give less of a shit. And I already don't give shits. My shits are my own. I guess the toilets. But hypothetically speaking, they're my own shits. I'm not giving anyone my shits. Take that out of context. I don't even regret saying it. Yeah, that just one-shots. I'm at +4. You used Flatter twice. Uh-oh. Have we ever been able to take out this Litwick? I'm gonna be real with you, I haven't been paying attention to this fight. Oh no, Flame Body. Oh wait, you didn't get... Oh. I thought it went down. I mean, it doesn't matter, but... my entire point of sarcasm kind of got ruined. Okay, Charon. I think what I'm going to do first off is shift Mr. Mime with Subat. Because Mr. Mime's fast. You wouldn't expect it, but Mr. Mime is a fast physical glass cannon. By physical glass cannon, I mean physical defense is shitty, but it's physical... everything physical is shit. It's just a special Pokemon. I'm not digging any deeper into that rabbit hole like I did last episode. There we go. Put Swoobat out of Ice Fang and Thunderfang's way. Although this Chinchino... oh, this Chinchino was Rock Blast. This is the Rock Blast Chinchino. Uh-oh. Yeah, I've actually used a Mr. Mime once. I did a Nuzlocke of Pokemon X. Surprisingly, it pulled its weight. I did not expect Mr. Mime to pull its weight, but it did. I think my final team ended up being... I mean, X and Y are easy. Like, you're not going to lose a lot of Pokemon unless you stumble into the wrong random Ash Trainer. Because random Ash Trainers can and will fuck up your entire team. I've lost 5 Pokemon once. It's unfortunate. And then Chestnut barely made it through. I picked Chespin as my starter because I don't use it often. I should be using Psybeam. I don't know why I put myself in that Feint Attack mood. Let me see if I can look up, like, what my teams were. Yeah, so I came up with this weird-ass gimmick of an Evo Lock, which is not what you may be thinking if you've ever heard of one, because I came up with this. I don't know, maybe someone else did before me and I just never knew. If so, my bad. I deeply apologize if you think I'm taking your idea. I came up with it on my own. And the idea sounds good on paper, but in execution, very easily it's able to be kind of skipped around. So, take like a Mr. Mime, for example, in Gen 4 or later. Between Gen 4 and 7. Mr. Mime, for example. Let's say you catch a Mime Jr. What I would do is do a random number generator between 1 to 2. If it was a 1, it'd stay a Mime Jr. If it was a 2, it'd be Mr. Mime. And let's think of like Gothita, and you catch a Gothita. If I rolled a 1, it would stay a Gothita. A 2, it would only be able to go up to Gothita. If 3, it'd be a Gothita. Okay, I gotta think of a good thing to swap into. What does Magic Room do? That's useless. That's like the most that's the most useless move in this entire tournament. So, that's pretty much the rundown of it. Now, I also have this thing where I team lock myself. So, once I... Well, not once I catch. Any Pokemon I catch stays in my party until it faints. Can never swap it out. I've always done that. To me, I hate the grinding aspect when I have to swap out. I didn't use rare candies because I didn't have a hacked 3DS at the time. I do now. Isn't it obvious? I did not put these teams together myself. It took like a month while doing it on and off, I mean, to do this with PK Hex. And even then, it was still a long, excruciating process. But, anyway. That was pretty much my whole rule set with this Evo lock. I'm still going to call it a Nuzlocke because it just sounds better to me. Actually, if I think about it, I should Flame Burst this. It'll do more to Zangoose. I might lose. So, my team was deathless up until, like, the later point in the game. Now, these were my first 6 Pokemon because I was deathless and team locked. So, only one Pokemon of my entire squad ended up being unevolved. I had a Chestnut, Simisear, Pyroar, Mothim, which pulled its weight, surprisingly, Delcatty, and a Bunnelby. Bunnelby was level 44 with an Eviolite, and it fell off, and it was just kind of there. The Eviolite, though, that's about all it had going for it. I'm going to be real with you. So that was my team. Now, I come across this random battle girl with a Sock and a Meanshao. She led with Sock. Sock ended up taking out Delcatty, but I think I ended up taking it out later. Now, she had a Meanshao afterwards, which pretty much covered my entire team. Because Delcatty and Pyro were weak to fighting, and Bunnelby. But we don't talk about Bunnelby. It sucked. What should I do? Yeah. So those Pokemon were weak to fighting, which was Stab for this trainer. Then I think that thing might have had like Acrobatics, which with no item too. That's like broken as shit. Acrobatics is a really good move. So that countered Mothim and Chestnut. Then we just had Simisear. I think it had Rock Slide. So my entire team was covered. On top of Rock Slide also being good on Pyro. Now, I think I took down Sock with only one death, that being Delcatty. And then I got to Meanshao. I lost everything but Chestnut. So then, I added more Pokemon to my team after those 5 fainted. I mean, died. It's a Nuzlocke. Chestnut was on like 25 of 148 HP too. I have the pictures right here. I mean, I'm not gonna show you. I don't feel like moving my camera. But that was pretty much the gist of it. I'm in such a bad spot. It got speeds too, but you're gonna see the kill. I think I still won. I think I'm fine. I won. We're fine. I was actually worried about me explaining this entire story and then it'll all go to waste. We're fine. We made it. So, after those 5 Pokemon died, and conveniently only had my Chestnut, my friend had to help me. Because I had to, like, strategically switch out, think of what to do. Because I had no healing items, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember my entire rule set, but that was pretty much what I had. So, I ended up making a new team, being a Driftloon, Mr. Mime, Dwebble, the Lucario that Karina gives you, which I banned Mega Evolution, and then Poliwhirl that I was going to evolve into Politoed. All these Now, this is why I'm just calling it a Nuzlocke, because Evolock did not work. I had one Pokemon that ended up being, unevolved, and that was purely because I team locked myself. I got really lucky with my first 6, with only 5 being fully evolved. And then I had enough Pokemon in the box that was a really good team composition, I think. That it worked out. So my team ended up being, for a long while, Chestnut, Driftblim, Mr. Mime, Crustle, Lucario, and Politoed. I really liked that team. Later on, I like how this started with Mr. Mime, but at this point, Mr. Mime isn't even the topic of the story. Driftblim ended up dying. So my final team at this point, I had to figure out what my last Pokemon would be, and I felt like it was cheap picking the Pupitar I had in my box. Yeah, I somehow got Pupitar on that one route. You would think I'm, like, fucking hacking over here, cheating. You would think I'm cheating this shit. With only one Pokemon being unevolved, of my first 6, I mean. And then getting Pupitar out of that route, like, you would think. But no. I just got extremely lucky. So, my final team ended up being Chestnut, Crustle, Mr. Mime, Tyranitar, Politoed, and Lucario. A kick-ass team, let me tell you. That team really worked together. Even Driftblim worked before Tyranitar. But honestly, it's good that Driftblim went down anyway, because I felt like I had no counters for the Elite Four. The hardest thing about X and Y, for me, is that the random trainers are hard. I don't know why they ever decided to make the random trainers the difficult ones, but they did. Because that one Mean Shao trainer fucked me up. I was deathless up until that point. And then I completed all 3 Lysander fights, surprisingly deathless, which was the thing I was most worried about. But I made it through those. And then, when I lost Driftblim, I ran into some random guy in Victory Road, karate dude, who had him a champ. I did not expect Stone Edge. Nor did I expect Stone Edge to crit. And I double-checked its ability. Now, IGN is not a reliable source. 7.8 out of 10 too much water. IGN is not a good source. I couldn't remember the fucking meme. So take it with a grain of salt, but IGN said that Machamp had guts. Who knows if it actually did? I feel like it just had no guard because there's no way. I know Stone Edge has a high crit chance, but hitting that and then critting while I had Driftblim out was like a nail in the coffin. Because honestly, I guarantee Acrobatics would have one-shot because I had no items. Well, no item on Driftblim. And I just expected to outspeed Machamp, but I know Machamp isn't that fast. I just thought Driftblim was fast enough to outspeed it. I was wrong. So I ended up losing Driftblim, but it was fine because my final team ended up having Tyranitar, who saved my ass through most of the Elite Four. And I ended up having a Deathless Elite Four in Champion. I still had a tough time throughout some of them, especially Seabold, the water dude. You know, I've been talking about this the entire time. And I haven't acknowledged at all that we're in the final round of the Driftveil tournament. You know, of this entire section of it. And it sucks because it's like, there's still the mixed tournament afterwards. I want to speed through that. There's 16 teams. I'm thinking of splitting into like having 4 in a day. So the first 4 would be like Charon, Roxy, Berg, and Elisa. Get those knocked out in a day. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, though. I might have to do more than just 4, because I really want to speed through it. So let me think. The day that I am recording this video, it is a Tuesday. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I get 4 out of the way. Thursday, which is Thanksgiving at this time. Although I might not do anything until later that day, so if I wake up early enough, I could still knock those out. So it might not be too bad. I can knock those out of the way. And then I have 8. Friday, knock those out. 12. Saturday, knock those out. 16. And after that, we get to the fun stuff. So Sunday. And then break ends for me after Sunday. So I'll be less available, but at least these matches will be more fun and not so boring. It won't feel like a drag to continue. So, now that you kind of have the idea of the schedule that I want to implement, I'm going to say, be excited around Sunday. That's what I'd say. That's if I get lucky enough to be able to win with 4 matches in a day. I'd be surprised. Or even get motivated. Anyway. I ranted for a bit. I didn't acknowledge anything that happened after, like, the last 2 matches. This was kind of a drag, but it at the same time was fun. Driftveil tournament section was fun. I'll catch you with the next tournament and team.